What up, Triple T? This is Tim. I'm back again with another Table Talk Time reaction. Now, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we do a video over here on Table Talk Time, because remember, this is not my channel, this is your channel, and I'm going to tell you that every single day. Alright, Triple T. This is what the reaction's on today. I thought it'd be very fitting to do this reaction that Ryan Upchurch did 2 years ago, called Bloodshed. Now, this video was put out 2 years ago and it's got a little over 12 million views, and I thought it'd be very appropriate to react to it today, especially what's going on in this world, in this country, with the whole rioting and looting that's going on across the country because of the death of George Floyd, who was killed by a Minnesota police officer. Now, once again, my condolences go out to the Floyd family. This all could have been prevented if that cop would have just not did what he did. And I'm going to leave it like that. So, the citizens of Minnesota said they had enough and they were going to go out and protest against the police department in support of George Floyd and his family. And I have no problems with that. I'm all about peaceful protesting. What I do have a problem with is when you bring outsiders in to protest to create havoc, i.e. Antifa. Now, there have been over 75 cities across the United States within the last 5 days that has riots and lootings. Everywhere from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Clarksville, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Minnesota, New York City, Oregon. And 99.9% of the people who are protesting have never met Mr. George Floyd. Couldn't tell you the first thing about him. And those who are rioting and looting, they definitely don't know anything about him. And the only thing they're doing is dragging his name through the dirt. They're disrespecting the man. So, we're going to get up in this reaction, and we're going to react to Upchurch's song, Bloodshed. And I thought it would be very appropriate to do it, especially what's going on in the world today. Alright, Triple T, you know the deal. Sit back, relax, strap your boots on, and enjoy the ride. Ryan Upchurch, Bloodshed. Let's get it.
And I don't want to cast no stone, but I feel like I'm sitting on a throne that's about to self-implode. In a house made of glass that is already cracked, and destruction's coming fast. And I see no love, I see no pride, I just see blood on our home flags. Yeah, on our own grass. Church. I woke up this morning, flipped the TV on, and I see a civil war in the country I call.
Well, that was a tough bar right there. He said, hey, I woke up this morning, turned the TV on, and I see a civil war going on in the country I live in. And that's true. The last 10 days, if you turn the TV on, that's all you see from the incidents that happened the previous night. People rioting and looting their cities. That's tough. Like I said, I'm all about peaceful protesting. But this stuff has got to stop. Because if not, we're just going to tear we're going to tear this country more apart than what it already is. So let's get it.
American flags, Confederate flags, and Nazis with swastikas. Hate groups throwing piss because they're mad at a monument. Represents a time when we advance from mistakes. Now you're making the mistake by taking that out of place. You're stomping and spitting on it like you just whooped someone's ass. You fucking degenerate, get your lazy ass off the grass. This ain't a statue of slavery. Do you see any slaves? All I see is some idiots because the social media craze. What, you gonna catch me outside? Yeah, well come catch your fade. Cause I bleed red, white, and blue. Y'all bleeding anger and hate. And I don't wanna cast no stone.
Well, that was a good bar right there. He said, hey, I see a bunch of people running around speaking nothing but hate. He said, I live red, white, and blue, meaning this country. You live nothing but hate. And then he also said about, you want to go around and get yourself all hyped up off of what social media says. He said that you're saying that these statues that they were taking down 18 months ago, the Confederate statues, you said it has to do with slavery. He said, I don't see no slaves. He said, I see a bunch of jackasses being lazy and getting hyped up on what social media craze. And that's true. Here's my question. Those monuments been up for decades. Nobody's ever said a thing. But as soon as we get the president that we have now those monuments are racist. Now they have to come down. When Obama was president for 8 years, I didn't hear anybody complain about him. It doesn't make any sense. See, my dad used to tell me when I was a young man, he said, son, you can't change the past, so don't live in it. Don't dwell on it. You can learn from it, but don't dwell on it. He said the future, it's not guaranteed. You can prepare for it, but it's not guaranteed you're going to live there. He said we live in a present for a reason. He says they call it a present for a reason, so open it up and enjoy it. And that's a true statement. We're living here, we're living now. So we got to enjoy the life that we have right now. We can't dwell in the past. Yes, slavery was wrong. We should have never had it. But I didn't have anything to do with it. There's not a person alive on this earth had anything to do with it. So don't hold that against me because of the color of my skin. Because if you do, now you're being racist. And I hope that makes sense. So let's get it.
But I feel like I'm sitting on a throne that's about to self-implode. In a house made of glass that is already cracked and destruction's coming fast. And I see no love, I see no pride, I just see blood on our home flags. Yeah, on our own grass. Yeah, and tickle you little shit stain, no brain thinking you the man with a communist flag just waving at your hand. Bitch, I'll start a militia when the government crashes and light a fire under y'all's anti-American asses. Because y'all think y'all can run this country just smooth as molasses. You got people with signs saying that Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Black Lives Matter, but my life matters as well. Y'all trying to get to the swimming pool, but you stuck in the well. And you can shout and can yell, but
Hey, he said, Antifa, y'all think y'all can run this place like molasses. He said, I'll start a militia when the government crashes. He said, you got people outside walking around with signs saying Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Black lives do matter. He says, but so does my life. And that's true. You see, we got to stop looking at everything as color. When you say that one group life is more important than the next, that's wrong. Imagine if we went around saying that white lives matter. People would be in an uproar. And rightfully so, they should. That's a racist statement. Well, when you say that black lives matters, that's a racist statement as well. See, it doesn't matter what color your skin you are. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, purple, green. It doesn't matter. If you took a knife and cut your hand across the palm of your hand, what's going to happen? It's going to bleed. What color is that blood going to be? It's going to be red. Do you get the point here? Over 2,000 years ago, when they crucified Jesus on the cross, did he die just for black lives? Did he die just for white lives? Or Hispanic lives? Or Asian lives? Or Middle Eastern lives? No. He told God that he was dying for everybody. He was dying for everyone's sin of all walks of life so we can enter the kingdom of heaven. So imagine if Jesus said, I'm only going to die for that color skin. And only those colored people can get into heaven. Would that be fair? No. Because he didn't. He died for everyone. That's the point I'm trying to make. And that's the point Upchurch is making with the song. Stop looking at color. Stop segregating ourselves. We got to come together as one. Look, everyone knows I'm retired military. I always use military analogies to get a point across. When I was a drill sergeant, I used to tell every soldier that I ever trained as a platoon, and I tell them this from day one. Right now, you're like this hand. So if I hit you across the face with my hand, it's going to hurt. But imagine if I hit you like this with a closed fist. What's going to hurt worse? This is. Right now, as a nation, this is what we are right now. We got to come together like this to become one unit, to be stronger. And we'll never get there if everybody keeps looking at someone's skin color. You got to look past that. Because at the end of the day, we're all in the same country and we all bleed the same. That's a true statement. I've been speaking too much. We're going to get up in this reaction. Let's get it.
What's gonna compel when you out tearing up a city that your city helped build? And how your kids gonna learn from mistakes we made in the past when you erasing that shit like you wanted to relapse? And I don't wanna cast no stone, but I feel like I'm sitting on a throne that's about to self-implode. In a house made of glass that is already cracked and destruction's coming back. And I see no love, I see no pride, I just see blood on our home flags. Yeah, on our own grass. Yeah. From the outside looking in at all the shit that's going on in the world, man, in a perspective of mine, it's kind of like you're sitting in a field with tall grass and it just rained and you got bald tires and you're on the acceleration so much that you ain't going nowhere. And if you ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere. So we gotta move together as a country to get to the next destination.
Back.
And I don't wanna cast no stone, but I feel like I'm sitting on a throne that's about to self-implode. In a house made of glass that is already cracked and destruction's coming fast. And I see no love, I see no pride, I just see blood on our home flags. Yeah, on our own grass.
Yo, that was a very good track. It had a very great message. And I know it's not the normal Upchurch song that most people are used to. This was a preaching song. It was a political song to get the message out. Hey, stop trying to segregate us. We're not about that. We got to come together as one. And until we come together as one, we'll never be on the same sheet of music. And that's what the ultimate goal was, to live in peace and harmony. We don't have to agree on everything. We can agree to disagree. Just because you're a Democrat and I'm a Republican don't mean we can't be friends. Trust me, I got plenty of Democrat friends. We don't agree on politics. And that's okay. You don't have to agree with everything that your friend says or does. You just gotta be kind to one another. The good book says, do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. And if you do that, you can never go wrong. So there you have it, Triple T. There's my reaction to Bloodshed by Upchurch. It's got a great message, especially what's going on in the world today. And I truly believe that what this song says, we got to stop looking past all that. We got to stop trying to segregate ourselves, and we got to come together as one. Or else we'll never get going in the same direction. We're always going to be on opposite ends. So put a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know what you thought about the song and this reaction, so we can talk about it. Alright, Triple T, you know the deal. Be kind to yourself, love your family, love your neighbors to include your enemies. And do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. And as always, God bless you and God bless America. Until next time, Triple T, this is Tim with your Table Talk Time reaction. Have a good night.